If you have an Apple Watch Ultra, I'm going to go ahead and show you some essential settings and some cool tips I developed that I like to share with you guys so you could get the most out of your Apple Watch Ultra. Let's begin. So first thing first is achieving 60 hours of battery life. You may think the process is as simple as simply just going into your control center and tapping on the battery percentage on the control center and enter a little power mode from here. You may think it's just as simple as just turning it on, but no, there are actually a little bit more steps you need to do if you actually need to maximize your battery life up to 60 hours. And to accomplish this, you need to actually go into your Apple Watch settings and scroll down to workout. Going to be on the very bottom, and enable low power mode. Those are the settings you need to enable to actually achieve 60 hours. I wish Apple told us this in the very beginning, because they don't. They just simply tell us low power mode is guaranteed 60 hours. This is how you could actually truly guarantee it, by limiting the GPS and the heart rate sensor. Now, the action button on the Apple Watch Ultra is a powerful tool if you know how to use it. And I don't know about you, there's not really that much instructions how to really utilize it to its full potential, because if you actually go on your Apple Watch and go back into the setting, if you tap on top, it'll also take you all the way to the very top automatically without having to scroll. But if we tap on action button, you may think these are the action gestures you can actually select from. Just open the workout apps, lopes, or do stopwatch, waypoint, backtrack, and all these, and that's about it. But I find it easier if you actually go on your main iPhone and actually try launching the Apple Watch app and you go into action. The layout is much more easier and easier to understand the shortcuts you're doing. So right now I have my action button to be my workout, and the app obviously will launch the workout app, and then the next step will be open workout. But if you like to, you can actually select start a specific workout, like outdoor run or something like that you experience, you see yourself doing the most. So instead of what I have right now, if I tap on it, select a workout, I like to do it automatically. I can select strength training or just open workout. But what I want to go ahead and show you is shortcuts. And if I tap shortcut and I go ahead and launch the shortcut app on my iPhone, that's not it. And you can go on gallery and type in anything that comes to mind. So if I type in like music and we select play music mix, and we go ahead and add this playlist, add shortcut, and then we scroll back to the shortcut section on our Apple Watch and select the one that we just created. Now, if you tap the button, you'll automatically start playing music. So I'm going to pause this so I don't get copyright claimed. So yeah, definitely do experiment with the shortcut app, as it's very customizable, and if you go into the nitty-gritty side, you can actually program it to do household automations. Now, one of the most overlooked features of the Apple Watch Ultra is the Wayfinder. There's a couple of hidden features on this. So yes, this is the only watch face that does support the night mode. And yes, in case you're wondering, I am on WatchOS 10. And I do have night mode enabled, which now you have an automatic option where this will automatically enable by default. If you're in a low light situation, you just rotate, instead of rotating the digital crown, it will utilize the built-in sensors and identify that you're in a low lit room, and will automatically enable night mode. And this actually works extremely well, but that's not the feature I want to show you. If you actually tap on here, the minute section of the ring, you can enable the compass, and it gives this cool animation. And no, don't expect a noticeable battery drain issue when this is enabled. So that's a little nifty hidden feature that a lot of people tend to overlook. Now, when reading your heart rate, you may find that the reading sensor is quicker if you place your finger on the digital crown as if you're taking an ECG. So when you launch the heart rate app, instead of having to wait for this thing to measure, if you place your finger on the digital crown, it will actually read it faster. So I don't know about you, but the default enabled screenshot setting can be sometimes annoying, especially if you're like me, who accidentally always would take screenshots just off the basic wrist movement, which is why I do advise disabling it. And you can find the setting in the settings section on the Apple Watch, and you'll find it in the general tab, and just go ahead and go in screenshots and disable this. But if you're still annoyed and sometimes these buttons still hit your wrist, where you just bump into a wall and it toggles like your home button or power button, switch the orientation of your Apple Watch. By switching the orientation of your Apple Watch, not only will it make your life easier, trust me, even though it may look odd to some, this definitely is a game changer and a nice little hack. So by going into your settings and scroll into general, and where it says orientation, switch the digital crown left. Now you are required to switch your band rotation, of course, so be sure to do that. And now the power button is no longer over here. It's over here, as well as your digital crown. And all you have access to is the action button, which this is tougher to accidentally trigger compared to the digital crown. So this will definitely make your Apple Watch Ultra owning experience a lot more pleasant. Now, battery charging optimization. Some people love this and some people don't. If you don't plan on having your Apple Watch longer than 3 years, you may want to consider possibly disabling this. Now, the only con to disabling this is you will jeopardize your battery life longevity if you plan on owning your Apple Watch longer than 3 years. But if you're planning on trading your Apple Watch to upgrade to the latest one every year or 2 years, you may just not care. So if you ever put on your Apple Watch and you notice, why did it only charge to 85% when I had it on the charging dock for over an hour? You need to disable this to allow your Apple Watch battery to charge at 100%. So by going into your settings, go into battery, and go into battery health, disable it right here, what it will impact over the lifespan. So the battery, of course, you can either turn off for tomorrow or turn it off in general. If you do the turn off for tomorrow, this is great if you're gonna go somewhere outdoors, that you're gonna be out in the woods for quite a while. So this is a great tool for those that just want to remove this entirely, or you need your Apple Watch to charge at 100% because you're going on a trip pretty soon and you want it to last, but you also want it to automatically turn back on if you do care about battery health. Now, as the next setting, maybe a setting that's not turned on by default, but if you want to be reminded if you leave your iPhone behind on accident, your Apple Watch can actually send you a notification on your wrist, letting you know ahead of time that, hey, you forgot your Apple Watch. To enable this, you need to go on your iPhone and go ahead and launch the Find My app. Go ahead and select your iPhone and just make sure to enable this, and it will actually send you a notification to your wrist that your iPhone was left behind. And you could exclude some locations like your work address or home address. And once you do all that, you'll be notifying your Apple Watch. You could do the exact same Find My feature on other devices, including AirTags, if you have an AirTag on your wallet, or even AirPods, devices that you need to travel with at all times. Now, this next one is a setting that a lot of people seem to be confused on what it does, and that is automatic hotspot join. Because if we actually hop onto our Apple Watch settings one more time, and you go into your Wi-Fi, if you scroll down to where it says auto hotspot setting and ask to join, a lot of people think your Apple Watch will constantly be looking out for hotspots. That is not true. What it actually does, and I recommend leaving it on auto join, if you actually leave your phone behind, as a fine example, and you're with your spouse, so long as you're within the same family plan, or it's another iPhone that's linked to your iCloud account that you also own, your iPhone or your spouse's iPhone will ask to allow your Apple Watch to join their hotspot. That's how it works. It's not going to go ahead and ask random strangers. Only devices that you personally have connection with and you personally can trust. Examples when this will actually go on is, let's say for example, you forget your phone behind at a park and your spouse happens to be nearby. They're going to get that notifications to allow your Apple Watch to join because you accidentally forgot your iPhone, so your notifications will still be pushed in. This is great to have enabled if you don't have LTE enabled on your Apple Watch, but it's not going to randomly ask your Android friend or your other friend who happens to have an iPhone to join. Unless you actually go on your Wi-Fi section on your Apple Watch and they enable their hotspot, you could connect that way. It's not going to do it automatically. So it's okay to leave this on in case you've left your iPhone behind. And last and not least is a feature that a lot of people always seem to be shocked at, even though I feel like I'm repeating myself multiple times. It involves going in Control Center and you long press on here. It will not only pin your phone, but if you long press, it'll toggle the flash so you can actually locate your misplaced iPhone in a dark room. And I use this multiple times and definitely does make my seeking for my iPhone situation in those dark environments a lot easier. There you guys have it. Those are the best settings you can enable on your Apple Watch Ultra and some cool tips that you could integrate on your day-to-day routine. Now, if you're wondering what this blue outer ring was on my Apple Watch Ultra, I go ahead and go more into detail in this video where I cover literally everything there is to know about your Apple Watch Ultra in terms of tips and tricks and some unique hidden features you definitely did not know existed. Definitely check out that video. Thank you so much for watching.